So as I'm sharing the story of the lump, reminiscing, I thought I'd finish the lump story. Well, by now you've picked up the lump isn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, and he had some friends who were, really low-life criminals, bottom of the food chain criminals, who kind of took advantage of a semi-rural location to hang out in. The lump wasn't criminally inclined at all himself, but, he doesn't have a whole lot of friends, I guess. So, they're hanging around. Now, the lump has always grown dope in his basement. This was before Trudeau came along and legalized it. We're going back a ways now. Now, in the 10 years he'd grown dope in his basement, I don't think he ever managed to grow anything that was smokable, but he was doggedly persistent in his efforts, nonetheless. So one night, one of the criminal's girlfriends is leaving, and the cops have keeping an eye on these people, and they pull her over to wrangle her way out of an impaired charge and a no license, no insurance, all that BS. She rats out the lump for growing the dope in his basement. So they come and they bust the lump. And so Daddy Moneybags hires the lump, the ultra lawyer, who negotiates a deal with the Crown before they even get into court. The lump will pay a modest fine and get 3 months house arrest, which, big deal. The lump doesn't work anyways. But the lump gets it in his head on the morning of the trial, which really wouldn't be a trial. He'd just cop his plea, right? Deal's done. Lump fires the lawyer, defends himself, and gets a year in jail. Because, of course, he's antagonized the Crown and the judge. So, off the lump goes to jail for a year. He serves 9 months of his sentence. Now, my girlfriend at the time knew one of the females who worked in the cafeteria, kitchen part of the penitentiary. And the lump developed quite a reputation as being an annoying problem child with the guards, because he spent his entire day appealing his case, which consisted of writing endless letters, long rambling letters to everybody from the local mayor to the Crown to the judge involved in his case, the premier of the province, the prime minister of the country, and probably David Suzuki, right? Spends his whole 9 months appealing his case. Serves his whole 9 months. He doesn't get any appeal, of course, right? Oh, I forgot to mention. His defense in court was quoting from a 10-year-old High Times magazine about some then 20-year-old cases of dope growing laws in Colorado or something. So I imagine his appeals were no more grounded in reality or any law than what his original defense had been. So when he got out, he hardly left home for the next 3 months while he continued to appeal his case. I mean, he should have just taken the 3 months house arrest, right? But we're like, hey, lump, you've served your term. You know what I mean? I don't think that's how an appeal works. I'm not a lawyer there, lump, but that's not how it goes, right? Well, anyways, that's almost the end of the lump story. The government came along, and he hadn't paid any taxes on the house ever. So Daddy had to bail him out on that one. Wasn't too pleased about it all. The house was just about condemned. So Daddy sold it for a song, and the lump got shipped out west to one of the Gulf Islands in the Juan de Fuca Strait between the lower mainland and British Columbia and the island there. And that was, I don't know, 15 or more years ago. No one ever saw or heard of the lump again. But yeah, the appeal didn't fly for the lump.